Hey, it's Film Rich, and welcome back for more recaps. Today we're breaking down The Sopranos Season 1, Episode 12, which is titled Isabella. In this episode, Tony battles depression, Junior moves forward with the hit, and hallucinations take center stage. We are getting towards the end of Season 1, and we are now starting to see the kind of person Tony is and his relationship with his immediate family. Before we get into the episode, I would like to remind everyone to please like, share and subscribe for more content, and without further ado, let's get stuck in. In the first scene, Tony is deeply depressed after Pussy's sudden disappearance and refuses to leave the house. Christopher checks in with Silvio and shares his concern. Silvio tells him Tony is just going through a rough patch and it will pass. At the Soprano household, Carmela tries to lift Tony's spirits. He tells her that he's on lithium and Prozac, described by Dr. Melfi. Carmela heads out to buy AJ a prom suit, but before leaving, she opens the blinds in an effort to let some light in. Tony slowly gets out of bed and looks outside. He sees a woman next door hanging laundry. She catches his attention, but no interaction occurs yet. At a mob associate's funeral, Junior expresses doubt about the plan to have Tony killed. He grows uncomfortable when Jimmy makes suspicious comments about Brendan's death. Junior shuts him down and leaves. After the funeral, Mikey tells Junior everything is in place, and 2 hitmen will kill Tony at a newsstand. Junior doesn't object but looks uneasy. Tony meets with Chris but is noticeably dazed from his medication. He tells Chris to stop bringing up Pussy and warns him not to touch Jimmy unless they're sure he's wearing a wire. Later, Tony steps outside and runs into the same woman from earlier. He introduces herself as Isabella, a foreign exchange student working for the Cusimanos while they're on vacation. Tony is intrigued. Tony heads out to the newsstand unaware that Rasheen Ray and William Claiborne are lying in wait to kill him. Chris senses something's off and follows Tony. He parks near the scene, disrupting the hit. The hitmen try to get him to leave, but Chris refuses. Tony, meanwhile, enters Dr. Melfi's office through a side door, completely avoiding the ambush. Chris checks a nearby donut shop, confused about where they went. Junior, distressed over the failed hit, vomits outside the car. He and Mikey meet with Donnie, their contact. Donnie informs them that the hit is rescheduled for the next day. But when Donnie lets it slip that even Tony's mother wants him dead, Junior orders Mikey to silence him. Mikey walks up and shoots Donnie through his windshield. Tony's mental state continues to deteriorate after another session. Melfi appears to increase his Prozac dosage. Later, Tony sees Isabella again and invites her to lunch. They connect over shared cultural values and family memories. During the conversation, Tony has a surreal vision of her breastfeeding a baby in an old Italian house. That night, Livia comes over for dinner and criticizes AJ for the poor table manners. Tony appears disheveled and detached, still in his bathrobe. He listens to Livia complain that no one respects her, then walks away. Livia cries and says she'll never come back. The next morning, Tony watches Isabella from the window again. Carmela catches him and criticizes him harshly, calling out his inactions and distractions while she's doing all the work. She storms out, fed up. Tony returns to the newsstand. On his way back to the car, 2 shots are fired. One hits a juice box, and the other is his car window. William advances with his gun, but Tony scrambles into the car. He grabs Claiborne's arm and wrestles it with him. Rasheen fires from the other side, but accidentally shoots Claiborne in the head. Tony grabs Rasheen and drives forward, flinging him into the road. Tony laughs triumphantly until he crashes into another car. Tony is left with cuts and bruises and is visited in the hospital by Carmela, Meadow, and AJ after reassuring him that he's okay. He's approached by Agent Harris. Harris tells him that they know it was a hit and offers witness protection. Tony refuses. Silvio and Paulie arrive to protect him. Meanwhile, the kids quietly acknowledge this wasn't a random carjacking. That night, Junior watches the news report about the failed hit with Livia. He pretends not to know anything when she questions who would do such a thing. They later visit Tony and Saul along with Father Intantola, who offers prayers. Behind closed doors, Silvio, Paulie, and Chris begin to suspect Junior. Tony meets with Melfi for an emergency session. He asks if she ever told anyone about him. She says that she may have mentioned him to family but never identified him. Tony says that the shooting made him feel alive again and recounts his experiences with Isabella. Melfi realizes Isabella was a hallucination, a mental projection of an idolized mother figure. Tony touches her cheek and leaves, but then Tony realizes that even that late night session with Melfi was part of a dream. He mentions it aloud to Carmela and Bruce Cusimano, who are stunned. Melfi tells Tony to flush his lithium, suggesting the meds are causing the visions. As the episode closes, Melfi tries to reschedule another appointment. Tony says he will right after he finds out who tried to kill him. And that wraps up Isabella, a surreal, tension-filled episode where reality bends under the weight of Tony's depression and paranoia. With the hit on his life botched and the hallucinations fading, Tony sets his sights on revenge. Be sure to like, subscribe, the final recap coming next, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one.